Hello and welcome to Investigations. My name is James Bartholomew and today we're looking at a game called Concrete Jungle. It's a city building game based around, I played this at EGX Res last March, and now it's coming out on Steam. It comes out on Steam next week, so we're taking a look at it now. This will be an Investigations preview. It's a game that's based around building a city.
Welcome to the small town of Hollyville. My name is Lainey and I'm here to show you the ropes.
Okay.
Looking around is pretty easy. You can use the right mouse or the keyboard's cursor or W, A, S, and D keys. You can also zoom in and out using the mouse wheel or the R and F keys. In front of you, there is a small grid upon which you can place buildings.
Her voice is
Those buildings
tad
are determined
annoying
by a series of cards. Let's draw some now and get started. That will do nicely. At the top here is the next card in your build
very
list.
annoying already.
It's a school, pretty useful. On the card is a small 3x3 grid with a building icon in the middle. This displays the building's effect on its adjacent tiles. Blue squares represent +1 point, so the school will give +1 points to the tiles immediately
So it's like city
adjacent.
zoning. Just check out the zooming in, moving the camera with, okay. Click on the school card.
Selected, you can now place it. Notice how the blue highlights represent the area effect as displayed on the card. Let's put the school here.
Okay.
You'll notice there are now some
So now,
score markers on the empty
if you
tiles
put a
that were
card in
affected
there,
by the
you get
school.
points for
If you
it.
place point collecting buildings on those positive scoring
Green buildings
tiles,
are the point
we'll
collecting
get
buildings.
It just so happens the next card in your build list is a house. Notice how it tells you on the card if so. Let's get
Okay, let's click there.
great.
There, so we get a point for that.
We now have 1 point due to the combination of the school's area effect. We have a target to reach for each column. Currently,
target
that
is 2.
target is 2. In order to fulfill that target for each column, we need to use a combination of buildings that affect their surroundings and point collecting buildings. Next up, we have a car wash. This card also has some red squares, which means it will have a negative effect on those tiles. But crucially, it has positive effects in the places we need right now to bring our house up to 2. Select and place the car wash so that our house is given another point.
Okay. Yeah, no, she's really frustratingly annoying so far.
We now have
Goes
2
up to 2,
points
that's
in the
done.
first column thanks to our house, school. Also notice how the red negative area effect from the car wash canceled out one of the points from the school.
It's how math works.
Now the first column is complete. See that? The column has been cleared. That means you bank the points from that column, which are then multiplied and added to your total score. It also means you get a new empty column to build in here on the right. The immediate aim of the game is always to clear the first column. Those are the basics. But let me show you what happens. Fill this column with the following if any building area effects spill off the side of...
Alright, let's just put that there, that there, and that there.
Now we have no point collecting buildings in this column. This will likely happen to you sometimes, but just to be clear, it's something you want to try and avoid. And not just because we have a brewery and factory next to a school. With no means of collecting points, this column can... Therefore, it's just going to sit there while we fill up the rest of the empty land. Once the first column is filled, you'll notice this little button flashing at you. All we have to do is click it to force clear.
Yeah, she's incredibly frustrating.
Force clearing isn't free. It costs you 1 life. You can see how many lives you have left here. Make sure you use your lives sparingly. Once you run out, you'll fail the level. Now see if you can complete past this column here.
Okay, so as you guys see, so I can only pick that one building. Okay, so I'm gonna put that building there, collecting those points. Put that building there, collecting those points. And put that school there, boost both of those. You've got a supermarket, which we'll put there, boost that up. The art style and music in this, it's great.
Since you did such a good job at Hollyville,
Okay.
well, apart from the whole school, factory, brewery debacle, which was kind of my fault, I've hired you to develop in the county of Luther Fields, a small commuter town south of the city. You know what to do. Just a few small differences that you now have 2 times as many build slots.
Okay.
Oh, the excitement! Us government employees need to appreciate. I've also
Yeah, she's incredibly frustrating. She's like clippy, but awful.
Yes, the card is yellow. Get used to it. It's one of my favorite entry-level cards. It lets you choose a tile around it to give +1 to. Super useful.
Okay, so
all you have to do with the green is place it where you want as. Just select where you want to. If you decide to cancel the placement after you have clicked, if you ever get confused about what a card does, you can write. You need to develop the land without. One more thing. The call. I'm going back to.
When I first played this, it had a it was a lot less. It was really sparse. There wasn't a whole lot of this development stuff in it yet. It was all about can go there. So I guess the big idea is to not really put a whole lot down anywhere, or at least nowhere that you can actually get into trouble for putting it there. There we go. That level's kind of screwed, isn't it? You guys understand the idea, right? It's very much about take a house there, put a car wash, put another house there. I like how fluidly everything grows as well in this. It's very nice to see the art. It's a very clean art style. It's a gorgeous game. The soundtrack's great. The art style's great. It's a great game that I very much enjoy playing. I just wish the advisor wasn't so Clippy-esque, you know. So what does the brewery do? The unique flavor. So expenditure economy. So I guess there's an economy. Okay, so that's good. That's bad. Okay. Put a house there. This is 3 there. We stick a factory there. We put a green there. We put a school there. Put a car wash there. Shops there. Houses. The supermarket. House. Oh, I've kind of messed up there, haven't I? House there, that grows that for us. That's us hitting our target. Get rid of that house. We've got no lives left though. Let's see, put that there to there. Put that there to there. Put a house on that one. That's us finishing the level.
Excellent.
Awesome. Area complete. So you guys get the idea. It's very much about using math to build the most effective thing. You know, the most effective base. So we've also got other modes. That was the solo mode. That was the campaign. We've got the main crux of the game, as I understand it, is deck building. You get cards by playing the game. Then you can, as you play the game, you get the ability to build more cards. So if you look in here, this is the deck. So every card we've got is in there. And as you play more, you get more cards to add. So you've got things like these, bunch of cards that you can add. And that makes playing the game easier and harder. It's a solo deck building game. Oh no, sorry, no it's not. There was a versus mode, wasn't there? Here we go, versus mode. How this works, and this is my favourite one I've played so far, is you go into the just play 1 versus 2 using my starter deck there. And so basically that's mine. I build in the green, my opponent builds in the red. So go into green. And so we start off like that. You build, I think it's you build 2 at a time. 3 at a time, sorry. Now it's their turn. You build a house there, okay. So I think, actually, sorry, the yellow bit is no man's land, so I can build there if I want to. Also, I can devalue their land, so I can do that, which means those are both negatives now. I can get 3 points there, winning me that tile. I put a shop there, meaning that's not negative anymore. So now we've got more opponent purchase points, I can buy another thing. Although, I don't understand why I didn't just buy right then. So this is the mode that I played with the developer at EGX Res. And I think it's great. Okay, so he's valued up that. So now I've got a restaurant, which means I can boost up my own stuff. I'm gonna put a house there. Put a restaurant there, which negatively affects his stuff, but also boosts up my stuff. Now I put a house there, that gives me that bit of land. I think this goes until one of us gets a domination of the points. I'm not entirely sure. Okay. I've got a factory. He's building stuff and I'm losing value. So put a factory there, buying a whole bunch of his land. I'm going to put another factory there, buying more of his land. I'm going to stick a supermarket there, value increasing a whole bunch of my land. Oh, they're picking cards again. So I guess they always get to pick the cards. I don't understand why I'm not getting to pick any cards. Maybe because they're playing more expensive cards. Looks like we share the deck though, so it's not that big a deal. Okay. Factory there developing his land. Okay, so now that's done. And one of us. So purchase points are available. What does that mean? Okay, it's come up here. So now I can build a deck. Okay. I'm gonna get a market. I'm gonna get a community garden. I'm going to get a library. Every city needs a library. Okay. So I can put a house. I can't put a house. I can put a house there. Which, I've got options between clicking houses, so that's the best I can do, I guess. Put a house there as well. Really a whole lot I could do then. Remember quickly, the game goes until one of us gets a major amount of points over the other. Well, it goes until the end of that, it looks like, so it's going to take a long time. You guys get the idea. It's very much about thinking ahead, using math, using your knowledge of positioning, your knowledge of the way that everything works, to make it all good. Put that there. Now I've got a house. Put that there, which gets me 2 negative points. So if she's got 2 points, I've got -2. But yeah, this is Concrete Jungle, and this is how the game works. All about positioning, all about math, all about thinking ahead, all about screwing over your opponent in versus mode. It's a lot of fun. Made by Colepowered games, and it's coming out very soon. And it's looking good. I recommend checking it out. It comes out on Steam next week, and I recommend you guys check it out. It's a lot of fun, great soundtrack, great art style, and it's fantastic. Alright guys, take care, thank you for watching. Catch you later. Looking for more? On your left is a link to a previous video from this series, and on your right is another series I'm working on currently. If you want to know when new videos are going up, follow me on Twitter at Iyagovos. Hit that subscribe button now. Thanks for watching, and until I see you guys next time, take care. Bye bye.